Hey Star family, let's get right into it. So first we're going to start off with the Jay-Z and Beyonce of this franchise, Jenny and Sumit. It is really hard to imagine Jenny and Sumit, also known as Sumit, whatever Jenny calls them, as a couple. Here is why. There's just no intimacy between this couple. It's very, they give off retail besties, you know what I mean? Specifically Macy's or Michael's. I feel like these two would be best friends if they work like the cash register or the floor at Michael's and Macy's. That is the energy that this couple gives me. I don't see anything else. And like Jenny says, we've been together for 10 years, Sumit. For them to be together for 10 years, maybe it's stale after 10 years, I'm not sure, but there's just no passion between this couple. The only time we see any kind of passion is when Jenny is fighting for Sumit, also known as Sumit, to not be kidnapped by his family, or when she's fighting Sumit for not fighting his family for her. That is the only time I ever see any passion come from her or from him, when they're fighting his family. I don't see it in any other portion of their relationship. So it could be giving scam and storyline. I'm not sure. I just don't know if anybody will commit to a scam for 10 years. Listen, it's possible, but I'm just not sure. I want more passion, Jenny, and not when you're fighting Sumit. Because last week, baby, when she was like, what are you gonna do, Sumit? What are you gonna do? Come on, you're gonna fight me. Let's check it on. Come on. And I'm like, why are you trying to fight this man? What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? Why didn't you say that to your mother, but you're gonna say it to me, huh? Is that okay, Sumit? Girl, fight the real enemy, and it is not your husband. Kim and Useman, also known as Soulja Boy. Kim, you don't feel embarrassed that your son is embarrassed by your behavior? Like, it's not even normal mom embarrassment, right? It's not even like normal like parent-child embarrassment. It's the fact that he is driving her to the airport and she's singing Soulja Boy's song to her son, and she's just like, that's my boy. Wait, can I do her voice? That's my boyfriend. Nah. That's my boyfriend, you see? That's my boyfriend. That's your stepdaddy. I'm like, you're not embarrassed that your son is just like mortified, like dying inside, driving his mother to go be scammed by this guy that he knows is not interested in her. Unless Kim is scamming as well, she just looks foolish. She really, really does, because we've all seen how Useman responds to Zara. And I honestly believe that if Zara was on the show, we would not see Kimberly. I think it's because Zara declined to come on the show that Kimberly fit the bill. I think she's a super fan who is playing this storyline. I don't believe that these two are a couple. And I absolutely do not believe that Useman and Kimberly did the yammy. You gotta find another word for that, Useman. Yammy? I did think that it was sweet when Kim was leaving. She was, going to get on the airplane when her son dropped her off at the airport, and she was crying. She was just like, I'm gonna miss him. It's gonna be hard being without him. And I thought it was very sweet. Then I started to think about it. I still thought that it was sweet, but I'm just like, isn't he like almost 40? You can't leave him by himself for a couple of weeks. What's up with him? I'm proud of Soulja Boy, because aside from, I forget her name, it escapes me right now, but she dated Big Ed. She actually, became a huge YouTube star and is raking in millions on YouTube right now. Aside from her, Soulja Boy has really, come out of this scam pure as gold. Like, he has been set up. We've seen his home life upgrade. We see his clothing upgrade. Although when he didn't have a coin, he was still dressing. But we've seen that upgrade. We've seen his music production upgrade. We've seen his team increase in his notoriety. And we also see that he got a brand new car that's nice, looks expensive, is cute. He has his nameplate on the front. He's really come into his own. Good for him for scamming wisely. I think that he has probably an ongoing contract with 90 Day Fiance, and I think we will be seeing him for seasons. Now, the women that he will be with, I think they can come and go, but I think this show really likes Useman, and they're going to keep him around. I enjoy watching him as well, but I do need for him to step it up a bit. I think he's gotten a bit too comfortable, and I'm just not seeing the hunger that we saw from him in the beginning. Like, I think he knows now that he got TLC wrapped around his little finger. TLC, make him work for this check next season. Kimberly was in the military. Oh, okay. They just letting anybody in now, ain't they? I'm joking, Kim. Speaking of Kim, Her in these t-shirts, her and Useman in their t-shirts, they're so cute and corny. I don't believe this couple, but I love how in every scene they are matching in some kind of way. It's always a t-shirt and jean combo, no matter the time of day, event, or the temperature. T-shirts and jeans, and it always has some cute dedication to the other person in the relationship. I do think that this is storyline, but I do think that Kimberly is starting to fall a bit for Useman. It's just the way she looks at him, how she's so happy to see him, how she holds his hand, you know, how she like playfully plays with him and, you know, pokes his nose. She likes to do these little cute things, and I'm just like, Mama, you're not a trained actress. I don't see you faking this and not getting any kind of feelings. But Useman, oh, he's checked out. He don't want her. Oh, Lord. Let's get into Kimberly wanting to be the main wife, but also not wanting to live with the second wife. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Kimberly, storyline or not, there is no way that you are going to be able to pull rank with a younger wife who is probably of his culture and religion, who will bear his first child. There is no way that you're going to be able to pull rank over that woman. And you're already starting with the antics, telling Useman she has to live in another house. You don't want to be around her. You don't have to see her. He doesn't need to tell you that he's sleeping with her. You have all of these rules and regulations. And I'm telling you this right now. That new wife is going to pull rank over you, and Useman is going to allow it. You got to be realistic here, Ma. You either need to make him an eat, pray, love situation or marry him and know your place. I did think that it was a little gross when he said to her, you shouldn't have a problem because you and the new wife are going to be sharing the same penis. Excuse me. Although it might be true, you could have said it a different way or not say it at all. Shahida and Bilal. I don't want to see them ever again. I just don't enjoy this couple. They have very dark energy because we open up with this like real weird A24 kind of scene where Bilal is like in bed with like one of those portable breakfast tables or whatever, and he's eating breakfast in bed like slowly and like serial killery. That's even a word. But he's like eating the grapes and he's just like, like absolutely fuming with Shahida, and Shahida is still trying to have a conversation with him. Are we good? How are you feeling? I'm like, he doesn't want to talk to you. He is mad at you because you cussed out the first wife that he's still in love with. We got to tell the truth and shame the devil. The way he protects that woman, the way he tells her all of his business, the way he set her up to come after his new wife, Shahida has his heart. You do not. So Bilal is mad at his second wife because his ex-wife is upset with him and he did not like how everything went, and he was just basically telling her that she should not have reacted that way, although he never stepped in when Shahida was disrespecting his current wife, Shahida. But he had so much to say about how Shahida was treating Shahida. I will say, I do think that Shahida needs to fix it, because this is the situation, sis. You are coming into an already established family. Bilal did not divorce Shahida. Shahida divorced Bilal. He still loves her. He still cares for her. And she currently has his only children. So she has his heart in so many ways. It is unfortunate for you, but it is the reality of your situation. You're not going to be able to go after that woman. I don't know what will change, you know, if you give him a baby. I don't know. I don't know if then you'll have some power and rank, and the Shahidas, the wives of Bilal, maybe that will change the dynamic. But right now, this woman has his entire heart. He left a little bit, or she left a little bit for you to come in and consume. But the reality is, she got the majority of your husband, and he don't want to let her go. If you're going to stay in this situation, it's just smart for you to make peace with that woman and let whatever beef you have with her go, because I just don't see you winning this situation. I mean, sis, let's be real. The ex-wife threatened physical violence on you, and he is still defending her, not you. He didn't tell her to sit down or nothing. He rebuked the devil while she told him to get you. You got to see the forest for the trees, or the writing on the wall. Whatever one applies, you have to see this situation for what it is. This is your reality, mama. And stop treating that man like a king. You're giving him breakfast in bed, rubbing his back. What has he done for you lately? Nothing. Treat him like the court jester he is. Jovi and Yara, let's talk about the most entitled new parents I have ever witnessed. My God, today. Yara, you moved 3 hours away from where Jovi's parents live. You expect this woman in her golden retired years to travel 6 hours, 3 hours to get to you, then expect her to leave and travel another 3 hours home after you come back from your ladies' night. And instead of telling her this, because you know it's ridiculous, so you're being slick, you tell your husband, who then picks a fight with her, and she says, well, I ain't never coming around. So now you're desperate because you'd rather have had her sparingly than not had her at all. Because you look at Jovi's mother as a nanny. You don't look at her as a grandmother who stops by, burps the baby, get a baby some sweets and some candy, and then take off. And then come back around, do the same thing, and maybe get a baby wrinkled up $5 and tell her not to spend it everywhere. Like, that is what a grandparent is supposed to do. A grandparent is supposed to spoil you and treat the grandchild the way they never treated you when they feel like it. They've done their part. They've raised their kids. They are not supposed to step in and watch your child every time you want to go get drinks with the girls. Now, maybe a few times, absolutely. But you want this woman on rotation. You don't want to house her or pay her. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm on Miss Gwen's side. And then for Jovi, who has not talked to his mother in 6 months because Yara complained to him that she's being an awful grandmother, not explaining the situation, that she was using and abusing this woman's time and trying to manipulate her with the baby. So because she didn't step in and be the nanny, you cuss your mother out. You don't talk to your mother. Your mother who did nothing wrong. You don't talk to her for 6 months. You cut off all communication with her and your child because she doesn't want to spend 6 hours on the road to be a nanny to your child. So you cut her off, and the only reason why you're talking to her again is because Yara cannot raise your daughter without her. Listen, Jovi, nobody told you to take a job where you're away for a month. Like, yes, it's good money. It provides you a certain lifestyle, but if it's taking you away from your home and you need to be there to help raise your child, then maybe you need to look into something else. That's not your mother's responsibility or her fault. This whole situation to me was absolutely conniving and manipulating, because in Yara's confessional, she's just like, oh, my mother, you know, the grandmothers in Ukraine, they watch the kids like all the time. Like, there's no question about it. You don't even have to ask them. Give them the child and they just watch the child, and that's okay. Jovi's mother isn't doing that. I like Gwen, but she's not being a good grandmother because she doesn't want to be your nanny, because she has her own life, because she's raised her kids and she is ready to live her life. So she got to go back into parenting. She has to help you parent. Not only does she have to be the grandmother, she also got to be the daddy. That's not right. Especially if you ain't trying to pay her or house her. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm on her side, and she's better than me. And I think the only reason why she made up with Jovi is because she wants to be in her granddaughter's life. But baby, I would have said, oh, don't call me now. You haven't talked to me for 6 months, but now you're calling me because you know you need my help. And now I got to sit here and apologize to you so that you can talk to me? Absolutely not. She better than me. Now that we have dragged Jovi and Yara, let's talk about how my heart goes out to this couple, especially Yara. I'm telling you, I had so much anxiety watching the scenes where Yara is talking to her mom, and her mom is getting scared because at this point the war has not happened. There's just been chatter and things are moving that way, but nothing has officially happened. So me watching this, knowing what's currently going on, knowing that Ukraine and Russia is currently in an extremely bloody war that has killed thousands of people, I am just full of anxiety watching this. I hate that I feel this way, but I'm like, can we just skip to the end? I need to know if Yara's family is okay. Because every week showing us the pain and anguish that her family is going through, not quite knowing what's going to happen, and watching Yara go through this, not knowing what the outcome is, I don't want to get all the way to the end and find out that something has happened to her family. That's traumatic. And listen, I absolutely know that what Yara's family is going through is even more traumatic than me just watching it. And you know, I absolutely understand that. But what I'm saying is, I hope the show does not drag this out, because it just seems cruel. You know what I mean? Because we know what's happening now. So to take us through that journey, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I feel uneasy watching this. Let's talk about it in the comments section. Michael and Angela, also known as Donald Trump in a sundress. So Donald Trump in the sundress is just giving storyline. I don't know if her show on WeTV did not do well, but it seems like Angela's back on 90 Day Fiance, slumming it. And in this episode, she introduces her new boo, right? This Canadian guy that is serving Jean-Claude Van Damme with a touch of liberal arts degree. So apparently him and Angela met on TikTok and they started dancing together. She's trying to fake like this is some relationship, like these two, you know, might start dating if her and Michael don't work out. And I absolutely don't believe it. I think that she is also getting scammed internationally as well, but this time she's getting scammed by liberal arts Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think that he is scamming her for TikTok views and engagement. That's what I see. I don't think this man is into Angela. I don't think that he desires her. I don't think that she is even into him. I think that she is also using him for storyline or to make Michael jealous. One or the other. But I don't believe anything about this couple. I also don't believe that Michael is mistreating Angela. Angela, you can tell us a lot of things, right? But you cannot tell us that he is treating you poorly. From what we have seen, the way you have treated this man, ma'am, is he treating you poorly or is he retaliating? Let's talk about that. Is he finally fighting back after all of these years, all the years that you have abused, manipulated, and humiliated him? Is he finally fighting back? And are you saying that that's treating you poorly? Because I think that he's finally found his voice and he is fed up with you and he is treating you how you have always treated him. Let's also talk about Angela's lawyer, who is just like, I am here to talk about, you know, immigration and her getting Michael here and the laws that go with that. I don't care about her personal life. He was like, I'm literally here because I'm getting paid. This other stuff she's talking about, I don't care for it. I don't want to know. She tells me too much of her business and I wish that she would stop. I said, well, tell us how you really feel, Pops. But you know, that does happen a lot. That does happen a lot. I have a lot of lawyer friends who are just like, you become a therapist at some point. Because a lot of times they're assisting people through very difficult times. And sometimes people just need somebody to vent to. And a lawyer seems like that is the proper person to do that to, because you're talking to them about something very personal. But at the end of the day, they will sit there and listen because you're paying for their time, but they really don't care and they'd rather not hear your mess. And can we also talk about how Angela is just like, I don't know if he's taking advantage of me, you know, or scamming me for my money. The way you have exploited this man, excuse me, you have made millions off of exploiting this relationship. And I bet you Michael ain't see a dime of it. The only reason why you continue to be cast on this show is because you dangle American citizenship over Michael and because this show gets their rocks off watching you mistreat him and take advantage of him sexually. Because I still have not recovered from that day that she gave him those American flag thongs. And then she was talking about how the thongs were too small because Michael is so big. Girl! Also, Angela, I'm going to need you to either take out whatever it is, the Invisalign, the grills, whatever it is in your mouth that is causing you to produce so much saliva. You either got to take that out or spit before you do your confessionals, because hearing you move that spit from every corner of your mouth was nauseating. You got to do something about that, mama. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about with this episode. What did you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in another review for something else. Please don't ask me about Big Ed and that weirdo that he's dating. They're not interesting to me. They're not giving me anything. If they ever give me something interesting to talk about, I will. But this episode, I paid them dust. Love y'all. Bye. Mwah.